All right, Chase, get us started.
All right, are we ready?
We're ready.
Okay, sorry, I was way up there. All right, hello and welcome. No, that's not the right voice. Hello and welcome to League of Vloggers. That's a voice.
I'm keeping all of that in.
All right, tonight we are discussing.
What episode is it?
This is episode 31. We are discussing the beginning of Worlds that will be happening very, very soon.
Who's discussing it?
The co-hosts for this evening are. Do we have some?
Do you need the names written on the sheet for you?
Yeah, what are you guys' names again? Oh, we need some like
Kurtis, James.
Wheel of Fortune music going on in the background while we like intro.
I'll work on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tonight, as always, we've got Kurtis James over in the far side. We've got Heather, aka Stormy,
Yeah.
in the middle, and then myself. I am Chase/Viking Redbeard.
Is it your middle name?
No.
You know what? It's been like fucking 40 weeks, and it's just not hitting me because I've known his real last name, which I don't know if he wants me to say, which I won't.
Yeah, we should leave that for
But
now.
it just hit me about earlier this week. I think it was when you were helping me with the PC. I was like, Kurtis James. What the fuck? Where did the James come from?
It's a mystery.
Oh,
It's not a very
so-
good mystery.
All right.
You'll
All
have
of
to tell
that.
me at some point. But
All of that being said,
yeah.
we are here. We have beer, as Kurt so thankfully said to save me,
And we're used to it.
and yeah. But yeah, okay. So we've got stuff to talk about.
We got Worlds.
Take it away.
We
Kurt.
had the draw show. We were waiting for it. We had 2 weeks off. We got our draw show. So
People are
We had
bitching
2
left
weeks
and
off,
right.
and like my brain was like, "Woo!"
yeah. Well, I was trying to figure out. I was like, okay, where are we at on beer order? And I was like trying to find because I was thinking we had 1 week off. So I found where I was like, oh, you asked. It was like, oh, it's mixed pack. We're good. And I was like, okay, but what about the next week? And it was like, oh wait, there wasn't one. It took me like 10 minutes to figure that out.
Nice.
I'm a little ashamed. But we had the draw show. We have play-ins starting in 2 days. It's Monday now. Play-ins start on Wednesday. So let's jump right into that. Play-ins. 4 groups, 3 teams. They play a double round robin. At the end of that, the top 2 teams from each group. You have a 1 seed and a 2 seed. They will play, a 1 seed will play a 2 seed from a different group, 2 seed a 1 seed. It is random draw. Of course, you cannot play the 2 seed from your own group as a 1 seed, vice versa. So those groups. In Group A, we have Clutch Gaming, soon to be Dignitas next year, from the LCS as the top seed. They also will have Unicorns of Love, who people might remember from the EU LCS, but they are now from the LCL, which is the Commonwealth of Independent States, Russia, Ukraine, etc. So Unicorns of Love, that does feature some players like Edward. Oh shoot, I'm gonna forget all these other ones
I don't
now.
know them.
But yeah, we have players we've been seeing from Russia over the last couple seasons on this squad. And then the final one is Mammoth, a new squad to come out of Oceania. In the past, it's always been the Bombers or the Chiefs, and Dire Wolves made appearances. Like, it's been those 3 teams that dominate. All of a sudden, Mammoth made it through. So those are our 3 teams in Group A. So let's stop there for the moment.
Okay.
Group A, I'm feeling good for Clutch.
I am too.
Like,
Clutch got the easy road. They got real lucky.
I'm not writing off Unicorns of Love personally, though.
Well, that's only because you really like unicorns.
No,
I mean,
because
Well, they
completely,
could
like,
be
the Russian
unicorns
teams
and
have been
Clutch, right?
pretty good.
It could be the 2 unicorns and Clutch go forth, right?
Yeah, oh no, absolutely.
Yeah, alright.
That's who I expect,
Yeah.
but I mean, you want to be first.
Yeah.
Because if you're second, then you might play another major region.
Okay.
Because the assumption is, so each group has a pool 1 seed and then 2 pool 2s. The pool 1 seeds are major regions. There's one from Korea, one from Europe, one from North America, and one from the MLS, which is Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau. So those 4 major regions, like, you don't want to face one of those because that's actually a hard matchup. So you want to get first in your group because all of those will probably get first in their group, including Clutch.
Yeah.
But I've got my money on Clutch with Unicorns as my runner-up.
Alright.
But
I'll say the same, but
I'm
that's
excited.
because I don't know anything about unicorns or mammoth. So.
I'm also excited because we get to see Clutch like play the first day.
Yes. Yeah, that was real exciting. But it was going to be someone. Like, it was going to be someone.
Yeah,
from...
2 groups play day 1, 2 groups
Yeah.
play day 2.
Okay. Ugh.
Chase?
I'm excited for Clutch. I want to see them do well. Like, I don't have like super high expectations for them, but I hope that they at least make it out of the play-ins. Like, if they can at least make it 2 groups and kind of go from there, like,
Yeah.
I won't feel so bad. But if they come to Worlds for the first time and they get knocked out of the play-ins, that's just going to be a feels bad man.
A major region has never failed to make it out of play-ins.
Well, I mean,
So that would be a real feels bad.
Okay,
man.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, like no one would have ever expected Clutch to make it this far, especially how they started off like the first split and how things kind of went the first half of the second split.
They were hot
like,
garbage.
The fact that they have made it this far is like true Cinderella story. I'm really excited to see like them all playing very cohesive. Like I know they've got some good players like Hooney on the team that have been to Worlds many times, and like I think if Hooney comes to Worlds and he doesn't make it out of the play-ins, like he should not retire because I really want.
You want him to continue.
Yeah. I really want Dignitas
Me too.
to be good next year, but
I'd like to
like
see the same exact thing.
it's gonna be like real feels bad, man.
Here's the most important question: do we see even more Dignitas themed jerseys from Clutch? Do you think they will have been cleared to do so?
What do you mean?
Well, because they were rocking just Clutch jerseys that were Dig colors,
Yes.
and it said Dig on the shoulder.
Yes.
And they said they were the owner, manager, dude, I think it was owner of Dignitas, or that group that owns Dignitas, was trying to get approval to go a bit more into the Dignitas
To
themed
push the
stuff.
theme like before Worlds.
Yeah,
I hope
or
so.
in Worlds at least.
Of course I
would
hope
like to
so.
see it.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
What are the odds we do see it though?
I would say maybe 20% at best. Like
Yeah.
I don't have high hopes, but it would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm not sure either. Like I don't know much about this. This is again my first split full through, you know.
Yeah.
But I think they'll still have the Clutch logo because they are Clutch Gaming for this Worlds. So they're gonna have the Texas thing somewhere. But hopefully I would like to see Dignitas here and Clutch right here.
You know what would be really awesome?
That
I
would
didn't
be
think of it
cool.
till now. So like the Dignitas logo is the owl thing or whatever.
Mhm.
If it like, and I know it doesn't have like pupils or anything, but like if it was like half of the owl's face, but it had a pupil that was the Clutch logo.
Oh, just like real
So it's just
small?
like just the left half and the eyes here, and it's the Clutch logo there.
He's
but the
like
whole
right
body
there.
is the fucking owl, like
That
or
would
half
be
the
cool.
owl face.
I doubt that's gonna happen.
That'd
You're
be
wishing
fucking sick.
It would.
I can dig it.
I could get behind that jersey.
Well, we all could, but that's like
Especially
you dreamed this up.
it'd be yellow face, black eye, yellow pupil, which would be pretty like, I don't know, just intense looking.
He's dreaming, but I don't. I mean,
Clutch, Dignitas, you should have hired me like a month ago so I could have that idea today and you could have those jerseys in 2 days. It could have happened. I'm just saying.
it could have.
All
I'm
right.
hoping that we get to see something new. Because I mean, I love the yellow black.
I would
scheme.
imagine
love
that they
it.
would definitely have new jerseys. I just don't know how into Dignitas that they're going to get.
Yes.
Unless they were allowed to do something that's more Dignitas than currently, I will see the same ones, I think, honestly.
That's what I think too.
Oh, boo.
Because I mean,
Alright.
again, they're Clutch Gaming
Yeah.
right now.
They are Clutch Gaming
Gaming
until next year.
So.
So, do we all have Clutch Unicorns Mammoth, or anybody going the upset for Ocean? Ocean has been hyped like in the past, but they've always crumbled, which is why I can't put faith in them until they do something as a region internationally.
I don't know. I can't say anything. I don't know much
yeah,
about
right.
these teams.
You haven't
I'm-
watched Planes before.
Yes, and I'm honestly back on the Clutch train. I've gotten over my annoyance that they upset CLG and everything. I'm very
You
happy.
actually
for
wanted
them.
TSM to go to Worlds for a
Well,
bit.
only
What
because
was wrong with you? What is wrong with
Sorry.
you?
But I'm very happy for them, and I'm very excited to watch them play.
With
Again,
all your
for
hatred
teams.
of Acadia,
I
you're like,
know.
I want TSM to go.
Well, he wasn't playing, so it's okay. I feel real bad for Acadia now too, but you know that's
Yeah.
a story for another day.
All right, well, let's move into Group B. We have the European representative, Splice, with Isurus Gaming. That is our new combined Latin America. It used to be North and South before this season. So Isurus Gaming, we saw them at MSI. They're back. And then Detonation Focus Me, who's been our continual Japanese representative since Worlds last year, then
Yeah.
MSI, and now again.
I know of
So
them.
yeah, DFM back again. What do we think of this group? Group B, guys.
I feel like
Hey, Alan.
everything got shoved into Group C and D, basically, is what happened here. Because Group A and Group B, they both have, I don't know, the lesser-known teams, the third seeds, the one offshoots from the extra regions, basically, and we don't get the SKT thrown in there or anything.
Well, no, but I mean that's the way all these are. This is the play-ins.
This is just play-ins.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we don't see anything in there.
Yeah. So DFM,
Well, fuck.
we've seen them. This is their third international tournament in a row representing Japan.
Oh, wow.
And Isurus Gaming, this is their second. They did it both splits
MSI,
this year.
right?
Yeah.
They had the
So
shark.
they're the shark.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're one of the two sharks. The
One
other
of
one was Vega, which was the
Yes, but they're not
LCL,
good.
but that one's unicorns this split. So yeah, I mean, what do you think? Isurus Gaming, Detonation, Focus Me. Those are the recent powers of those leagues, and they have Splice, who it's interesting for me that Splice in Europe, top 2 teams, G2 Fnatic, they play fast and aggressive. Splice is like TL, like how they're slower than other teams. They're slower than that. They're kind of an old school league team where until 30 minutes happens, don't expect them to do much.
They just farm, like quietly, try to play
they
safe
try
and
to
farm.
not lose for the first half an
Okay,
hour.
alright.
Or closer
again,
to it.
So this is
Such
all
a
stuff that I
bad
haven't
way
really
to play,
watched
but-
much of. Like, I've seen Detonation Focus Me a little bit because I was watching like late nights every once in a while. And so I don't know much about Isurus and Splice except for an aside from Isurus. It'll be an interesting, I don't know how many of the games I'll catch though.
Alright, so what's your prediction for it?
I'd say Splice, because Splice didn't they give Fnatic a run for their money for that second seed? Kinda.
Yeah, they won a game.
One game.
And they got pretty hard slaughtered the rest of the time.
Okay, alright. Well, I mean, still, that's against Fnatic, so...
Yeah, I mean, they beat out everyone else
Yes.
in the EU. They beat Schalke, who was the team people expected to
Yeah, I
take
heard
that
about
spot,
that.
so...
Yeah.
I expect Splice to be at the top, but what about Isurus DFM? Because I think most of us are going to predict at least NA, EU, and Korea to win their top spots in the
Yes.
play-ins, but the second seed, so we all had Unicorns of Love, right? Isurus Gaming, Detonation, Focus Me. Who do you see getting out of Group B into at least, the attempt to take somebody down?
It depends on how fast Isurus and Detonation Focus Me play against Splice, because if you're telling me Splice is Detonation Focus... Which one's the slow team?
Splice.
Splice, yeah.
Splice
So
EU
if Splice
team, they're
is a
pretty
slower
slow.
team, and if you push hard in that early game, you can really throw off one of the slower teams.
I would say, for a broad brushstrokes thing, Isurus is a slightly cleaner team, and Detonation Focus Me is a slightly more aggressive team.
Okay.
Like, Japan is not known for being clean, but they are known for, like, going after plays. They want to fight.
Well, that'll be
They're not,
interesting.
Vietnam where it's, like, crazy, but, like,
Yeah, I
they
remember
want to
that.
fight. They like bloody They are the way you remember every game you've ever played in Gold. You've done it in your dreams. It's okay. Every game you've played in Gold where, like, everybody's like, I'm good enough to do this, and they just fucking go for it, whether or not they're actually good enough for it.
Yeah.
Like, they do that, but at a higher level.
Okay. I don't really know. I would expect Splice to make it out. Only
Right.
based on what I know.
But our other two. That's the question.
Well, I'm hoping it's Detonation Focus Me. Cause
I'm going for Japan.
records. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaning
represent.
into DFM
I'm
as
really
well.
sorry, Isurus. I know it's bias, but yeah.
Well, like, for me, it's because Cloud9 played against Detonation Focus Me in the plains last year, and Detonation Focus Me was surprisingly good. Like, they got a game off Cloud9.
All right.
And really, I just liked the team. I liked the way they played. It's nice to see them back now, their third international tournament in a row. So, yeah, I'm putting my money on them for the number 2 spot.
Very cool.
So, we'll head... We're actually going to skip over Group C.
Okay.
Group D is our other expected result.
Yeah.
Damwon Gaming, number 3 seed from Korea. They're gonna get it's Korea. They're actually a lot of people are considering them like a top 5 team to win Worlds.
What, Damwon?
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
Because
I'm not saying that's a universal
The
ranking.
other 4 have to be like what, SKT and Griffin right under it.
SKT G2, Fun Plus Phoenix are like the top 3. And then, a lot of people are going, like, Fnatic actually is number 4.
Wow.
Damwon is, like, number 5. Like, yeah.
Did
So-
TL not even break top 5? Wowza.
You didn't? Apparently.
NA's never done anything, and only Cloud9's ever made it out of groups. So nobody
NA
counts on anyone other than Cloud9 to do anything, no matter how good the other teams are supposed to be.
I don't have information on the like first 3 or 4 worlds that happened. NA's never been in worlds, right?
You've been to finals, you mean?
Finals.
NA would have been in... so Worlds, as it is, started in 2013. Because the first 2 were, like, international championship.
Okay.
And so the only final they were ever to, I believe, was Season 1 International Championship. So no,
Yeah.
they've never been to a final in
Okay.
Worlds. In fact, the furthest they've ever gotten was last year, Cloud9 making semifinals.
Ooh, this is so exciting.
Because no one aside from
Yeah.
Cloud9 has made it out of groups at Worlds
okay.
from NA.
Very cool. All right.
TSM has always failed. TL's always failed. CLG got really close one time. Or no, CLG might have made it out once. My memory's hazy on that one. But yeah, everybody's always failed. Immortals lost on a tiebreaker. Cody's son flashed the wrong way. The play he was going for, I get what he was doing, but it's just like it was this close. He was on a Kog'Maw. He needed to get the shot, and he didn't, and he died, and it was over.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Alright, so this will be, I mean...
But yeah, so we have
Damwon
Damwon Gaming coming from Korea. They'll make it out. Okay? If they don't make it out, it will be the biggest... If they don't get first in this group, not even just like not make it out, if they don't get first in this group, going 6-0, it will be insane. I'm sorry, 4-0. So, the other ones we have, though, are Royal Youth, coming out of Turkey. From in the past, we've seen Supermassive and 1907 Fenerbahce Esport come out of there.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers that joke. 1907 Fenerbahce Esport.
Fucking bullshit name.
Yeah, their owner is currently under investigation for, fraud of some high-ass fraud shit.
No bueno.
Yeah, but they beat out Supermassive, who's been kind of the stalwart of that region. So Royal Youth is in. And Flamengo Esports is the team that was expected to come from Brazil for MSI and didn't. Because you might remember me saying that a lot of Brazilian fans were upset that this, considered much lesser team won.
Yes.
It would be like if Clutch had beat TL and then beat Cloud9. It would be like, why is that our number one team?
Yeah.
And so that's what happened at MSI, kind of.
Wow.
But Flamengo was the one expected to win, and they did this time.
That's good.
They've got a dude with a neck tattoo on their team. They definitely deserve to be there. And that guy has got a weird pedo stash that I am not a fan of.
They still, so their star player would be BRTT.
Yeah, he's over there.
Yeah, that's the AD carry. He has the neck tattoo. He is very good. Shrimp, also a good jungler, Korean import.
I fucking love that name right now. Shrimp, that's amazing.
I mean, we have good players on these teams. So in this group, we all consider Damwon to make it out first. Who do you have as your number 2?
I know nothing about these teams.
I'm going to go with Flamengo because there's a neck tattoo and a pedo stash on there. I dig it.
I just like the name Flamengo over Royal Youth. So.
I'm going to go with Flamengo, honestly, just because BRTT is a very good bot laner.
Yeah.
He absolutely is a good AD carry. So I think that'll be enough to carry them over Royal. I don't know, it's just kind of, I break it down there. If they can win through one lane and put all their eggs in that basket, I think they're going to be fine. Because all they have to do is beat Royal Youth twice.
Yeah,
Well,
but Royal Youth probably
Did you
knows
notice
that
they
he's the
changed
best.
Clutch's logo on the site?
Yeah.
It's been like that for a little bit, but yeah. I
Yellow
did see
and
that.
black.
Well, I mean...
It's getting there, guys. We're so
since
close.
between the last show and now...
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
3
been
weeks,
like
but
3
yes.
weeks.
You are correct, since the last time we talked.
Very
to everyone. So now let's jump over to Group C. Here's the one, Pool 1 seed, that isn't it doesn't feel like a sure thing. Because we're talking about the LMS. The LMS has been slipping. The LMS does not have a Pool 1 seed in the group stage. They have their number 1 is J Team, their number 2 is AHQ, their number 3, the one we see here in the plans, is Hong Kong Attitude. We saw Hong Kong Attitude in the same spot last year.
Okay.
Last year it was Flash Wolves, who were always the number 1 of LMS, HQ, who's always the number 2 of LMS, and then Hong Kong, who's been the number 3 as long as LMS has had a number 3, basically.
Okay.
So, Hong Kong, did they win their group or they lost their group last season? I feel like
It was a long
I feel
time
like it was
ago
real
and
fucking
a lot
close.
of matches ago.
I feel like it was really close one way or the other. So it's Hong Kong Attitude. They also have with them Low Key Esports, who's the number 2 coming out of Vietnam.
Yes.
The first time Vietnam's had 2 reps.
I like their name. I like their logo.
Yeah, it's just the LK lowercase because it's low key. And then finally in that group we have from the LST, which is
Mega.
Southeast Asia, Mega.
Yeah.
We saw Mega,
Mega, I remember them.
yeah, we saw them at MSI.
Like an elephant.
Yes, it is
love
the
that.
elephant. So, with these 3, I feel like it's not a foregone conclusion who's number 1. So I want to ask, who's your number 1 in this group? Hong Kong Attitude, Low Key Esports, Mega. You're going Mega.
Again, I don't know much about these teams aside from the fact that I saw
I
Mega.
couldn't tell you if they won a game at all this year. Not even one game. I have
right.
no idea.
So here, I'll give you a precursor.
Woo.
I know
Hong
a little
Kong
bit of
Attitude.
EU, but these minor regions, I'm like,
Yeah.
the fuck are they playing?
So here we
I
go.
couldn't
Hong Kong
understand.
Attitude.
I recall Hong Kong Attitude
While
from last year.
while they got top 2 in their group, they did lose to Fenerbahce because Fenerbahce made it into the group stage.
Fenerbahce isn't here anymore, so they're clearly worse.
Right.
So
Well,
logic-
then that Fenerbahce
logic
who
means
lost.
Loki is number
They
one.
lost like 2 people.
They lost people then. They lost people at MSI. Fenerbahce is not the same anymore. Mega did not do well at MSI. Loki we have not ever seen on the international stage before.
This is their first time?
Yes.
I'm gonna go crazy and say Loki is number one here.
Who's your number 2?
I don't know.
Pick one.
Hong Kong got no. I'm gonna go Mega because I like elephants better.
I
than
like elephants too.
Whatever they say.
So you're going Mega number 1 then because you
I'm
like
going
elephants?
Mega number 1, Hong Kong Attitude number 2, Low Key 3. Because, I mean, if this is their first international experience, I expect them to be a little bit shaky. I mean, who knows? They may come out and just fucking dominate. And they were like, we were just waiting to be on the famous stage. That's all we were waiting for.
So
Yeah.
I'm going Hong Kong and Low Key.
Okay.
The order of which I'm torn because I don't think Hong Kong Attitude's that great, but Low Key doesn't have international experience, and those nerves can really mess you up.
Really can.
Like I'm a little worried about that for Clutch because Hooney has experience, Cody's son has experience. The other 3 players on the team are like, oh god, big lights, lot of pressure.
Well, that team is mostly like Cody, Sun, Hooney, and then DeMonte right now. So
Yeah. Hey, Vulcan's good in the ball.
Vulcan's real good, but again, no international
Right? Yeah,
play
exactly.
experience. Yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead. I really want to do Low Key first. Like my brain's telling me I should do Hong Kong. Fuck it, Low Key, Hong Kong, and then Mega is out. That's
All
all
right.
right. Pick the same as Chase. It feels wrong.
Sorry, man.
Oh no, you picked Mega
You
second
picked
because you like
Mega.
elephants.
You like
Yeah.
elephants.
Oh, okay. I'm okay. That's okay. I'm not gonna be completely wrong.
It's like asking me which like Special Olympics team is the best. Like I don't fucking know. Like that's what you're asking me right now.
Rude.
No, it's not. It's
A little bit.
nah.
Yeah.
I volunteered for SPED once upon a time, so
You volunteered for respect? Is that what your mom told you, is that you volunteered?
maybe.
Was that while she was strapping the helmet on under your chin?
Obviously.
Okay.
I'm done.
You're like, I couldn't tie that shit myself. I was
Ugh.
disabled.
Did Special Olympics once. That's a true story.
Did you really?
You participated?
Yeah. As a partner, obviously.
Oh, I didn't know they had such a thing.
Yes.
I was very confused for a moment. I was super excited for that story.
I know, me too. I was like, we're going on a tangent, guys.
No.
It's gonna be
We're not diverging farther than that. Just
He's like, I stumbled out of the frat house into an event I had no idea what it was. I got third.
yeah, first actually.
Nice.
My
Oh.
partner's no longer with us.
Aw.
Sad day. I'll pour out one for her. She was awesome. She made fun of me a lot.
As she should have.
good. Yes.
Alright, well let's move on then to the group stage. We have, in Group A, G2,
This is so scary.
Griffin, the number 2 seed coming from the LCK. G2 obviously number 1 from EU. And Cloud9, the number 3 from NA.
Ooh.
Now, the saving grace of this group, while it looks pretty nasty, is that you have a Korean, and European, and a North American team already in it.
Yeah.
If all the 1 seed teams, or at least the Korean, North American, and European 1 seeds, make it out of the play-in stage, this group is guaranteed to get the off team.
Mm-hmm.
The best team they would be getting from the pre-Worlds rankings would be Hong Kong Attitude.
Okay.
So they're looking at Hong Kong, or like an upset if like Flamengo, Detonation, Unicorns, somebody takes someone down,
Yeah.
and if it's not the European, Korean, North American team
Yeah.
that goes down, that team automatically slots into this group, which gives those other 3 what should be a 3-man race.
So you're saying basically that the groups, they can't get another team from that region, from the same region. The
Correct.
Clutch cannot go into this one.
Correct.
Whatever
No 2
it
teams
is,
from one region
Splice
can be in the
cannot.
same group.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
That is
I
a
thought
rule of
that,
group.
but
They
just
can't
confirming.
throw matches at each other because there is some fixing that could potentially happen.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, that
Very
it,
cool.
it just makes for better international competition.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But I mean, there's other implications at hand as well.
Yeah, very much so. So, looking at G2, Griffin, Cloud9, and let's just assume for the fun of it that all the Pool 1 teams make it out, Hong Kong Attitude possibly.
Okay.
How do you feel about this group? We've got one of our own in here. We've got Cloud9.
That's a feels bad, man.
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
feels bad, man.
Like, for as well as I think Cloud9 can do, I mean, G2 was number 1 in EU this year.
G2 won MSI.
And then one of them.
Okay, yeah.
Handedly.
Yeah.
Like,
They're-
easily. Like,
Sorry, I forget that Fnatic was kind of like struggling a little bit there, so.
Yeah, I mean, they've been right on G2's heels, but like, yeah, G2 won first split, won MSI, won second split.
Okay, well,
Like, they are on the golden road that RNG failed to finish last year. That was the phrase that was adopted to say you won every major tournament of the year, both your splits and both internationals.
wow.
I mean, if I'm being optimistic, I honestly don't know Griffin all that well. Like, I mean, I only know NAEU.
Yeah, so,
So-
Griffin is the up-and-coming team who was new last year, expected for great things to happen, and they failed to win the split in the first split to make it to MSI, and they actually failed to make it to Worlds entirely.
Yeah.
They just, when it came to playoff matches, and it's funny because LCK plays best of threes throughout the season, but when it came down to the best of fives, they could not get it done. They had very good record all through the year, but when it came to those clutch moments, they couldn't get it done, and this was the first time they were able to, and they got the second spot out of it.
They have people I know, like Tarzan and Chovy and
Yeah.
Viper and like I actually know
Is this
4
the
out of
same
5 of
Viper?
the team. No,
Not the one from NA, no.
of course not.
Is he not like,
This
Candlelighting
Viper's with an
in
I,
Korea?
whereas
Yeah, it's with a
NA's with
one.
one, yeah.
Top and bot. Or
No,
something.
there was a fun, like, back and forth between them at one point, too.
Who is the we have Deft and Deftly, but I don't think
Yeah.
Deft made it in, so and obviously Deftly didn't either. But
okay,
Well, definitely
so
with Cloud9, he's there.
being
Oh, fuck.
optimistic,
Yeah.
I hope that
Yeah.
Cloud9 makes it out top 2, hopefully on the tails of G2, or like kind of like close on their heels, I guess. I don't know Griffin well enough. I guess I will find out soon enough, but
yeah.
like I always feel bad for whoever wins like the play-ins, because it's like you got out of the play-ins just to get crushed by whatever group you land in, because it's basically a death sentence. Like
Yes.
you're just here to have fun, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. Like
if
whoever
all the
gets into
major
that
ones
group,
make it
they're
out, it's going to
screwed.
feel bad.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, even if all the majors don't make it out, the fact of the matter is they can't take any of those, the 3 worrisome ones. They can't get Clutch, Splice, or Damwon, the 3 that you think would, like, do something.
yes.
So, like, even if Clutch doesn't make it out, like, oh no, you get Royal Youth instead, like, you know, unless somebody goes crazy, like, low-key shows up in the groups, or the play-ins, and you're like, oh shit, like,
yeah.
but even then, usually we get into this stage, and it's like, okay, you looked really good against those guys, but this is different.
Yes. This is a different.
These
feel
are the big
of the field,
boys.
yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly think C9 has a very slim chance of making it out. Like, I mean, G2, I expect to be the winner of this group. And then it comes down to Griffin and C9. And Griffin's a pretty decent team as far as I've heard. Like, I've watched a few of their matches. I know their team. If I know the freaking people in the team, it means I actually know, like, a little bit about them. And I think that's going to give C9 a run for the money. So it's going to be, I think, G2, and then between Griffin and C9. It'd be hard for me to pick
Who
one.
are you
Like,
going to lean on, though?
C9,
I mean,
of
like,
course,
you're-
of course.
Okay.
Like, C9,
I
of
say, like,
course.
we'll make our picks, obviously,
Yeah.
following the actual play-ins. but-
If their bot lane can hold out, like Sneaky just needs to be sneaky. I'm gonna sit here and farm, guys. I'll be there in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
See you then.
So, I definitely think G2 should be the favorite in this group.
Yes.
I mean, they won MSI. They're a favorite to win the tournament because of that. Like, they're in that top 4 of teams to win the
Yes.
tournament. There's no reason you should think they shouldn't win this. Griffin, like you said, people know the names of these players because, as I mentioned, like, they've been a very, very good Korean team. They just haven't made it out of Korea to play people
Yeah.
yet. So that's interesting. And then Cloud9, like, I mean, they're Cloud9. They always go into a group. It's usually with a European and a Chinese team, and it's like, oh, and one of them, the Chinese team's like a tournament favorite, and they beat out that team. So there's no Chinese one this time. But, like, for some reason, Cloud9 always goes into a group, and they always make it out.
well,
Which
that's
is
what I'm hoping.
which is
'cause
what
I'd
makes
really
me
like to see
worried that they won't do it
I
this
know.
time.
I know. It's very like in this particular group. It's actually very scary that they might not.
Yeah, I mean,
That's gonna be sad for me because this is my first Worlds.
my little hope is that Griffin, first time on the big stage, and they've choked in Korea in the past. I mean, choke is a harsh term, but they haven't managed to perform to the level they should have in Korea.
Okay.
They finally did that, hopefully, for my sake as a Cloud9 fan, that continues at this stage. Also, I think Cloud9, like, they could have beaten Liquid. That's the thing. They were this close to beating Liquid, beating the 1 seed themselves. So I have a hard time completely discounting that, they're the number 2 seed. And one of the other things, so I do watch, if you just Google Tracking the Pros Boot Camp, there's a website, and it follows, like, what all their accounts that Riot gave them. Yeah, so you can see. And, like, Deftly is fucking way up there in EU right now. Like, way up in Challenger.
Yeah,
definitely
in
is.
EU.
Yeah, well, because so all the North American teams boot camped in EU West.
Okay, all right.
They didn't go to Korea because the tournament's happening in EU West.
Gotcha.
So the European and North American teams are scrimming the shit out of each other,
they
along
won?
with a bunch of the Western playing teams and whatnot.
Blabber made like number 1 on the board.
Really?
Like,
Did he make number 1 on all of EU West?
I think so.
Okay, I knew he had hit number
Somebody
1.
should fact
He hit
check me,
number
but
1 NA before they left, even. So it might have been that.
And they brought Blabber and Deftly?
Yeah,
This-
Blabber
this
and Deftly are the
was-
subs they brought.
Nice,
This was
okay.
definitely EU that I recall these
Okay,
stats
so
from.
that's disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like, so I follow their Twitter, and, like, they like to post top 5. Like, they've all
Yeah.
made, like, top 5 for at least, like, a second.
Okay, great.
Wow.
So, I mean, I think, like, Blabber and Deftly obviously have way more solo queue games and duo whatever, solo duo queue, because they've been playing not the scrim, so, like, when the rest of the team's scrimming, they're playing queue. But, I mean, that tells me Deftly is ready to play if needed.
What happened to Keith?
They traded him to Golden Guardians and got Deftly.
Thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Oh.
Yeah, those two traded, which, I mean, we saw Keith get to play a little bit for Golden Guardian. Or no, he didn't get to play.
We haven't seen him yet.
Because he's behind FBI right now.
Yep, I think that we're going to see him boot camp pretty hard, and then we might see him starting next year,
I
but
want to
that's
see more of
I
Keith.
think it's
different
possible.
conversation
To
for
see
another
if he was
time.
as good as he actually is, or if it was just a complete fluke that he dominated on that Jinx. Because I'm pretty sure that's...
He's pretty
That's
good.
ridiculous,
I mean, he's not a bad player for sure.
Well, I was real scared because I didn't consider Deftly to be a great ADC given what he was working with and what he was up against. But if he's doing really good on the C9 Academy team, then I'm excited to see him.
I think Deftly always was very consistent with what he was given. And it's funny because Sneaky has been known on Cloud9 as being very consistent, so it kind of seems like a perfect fit for him. Where it's like, hey, can you be consistent, like, at the same level as Sneaky? Maybe more? I don't know, but we'll see.
Sneaky's very passive, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, he'll only go in if, like,
and, I mean,
you
that's,
get a perfect
that's the way the
engage.
team plays, too. Like, when you have had really great top laners and mid laners at the point, points, whether it was Jensen or High in mid lane, or Impact in the top lane, like, yeah, you back off. Like, Balls was a weaker top laner, but they also had an insane jungler in Meteos at that time. Well, now they have Svenskeren. Like, so you're not necessarily playing around bot, but we've seen Cloud9 a couple times right at the end of the season play through bot and dominated.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I've got a little bit of faith. I'm worried for my boys, but I'm going to go G2 Cloud9 because I still have the faith.
I'll say that
It's just
too.
enough.
I'll say that too, because, I mean, that's what I want. It's
Yeah.
not, and I don't know enough to make a decision based more on education rather than passion, you
Yeah.
know? It's definitely G2 because I think they're going to win, and then C9 right after.
So, Group B. You said G2...
G2 Cloud9 Griffin TBD.
Ooh.
Whoever it is.
Right.
I said,
So
I
you said
B.
Cloud9 is your number
I said
2,
I'm-
though.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
being very optimistic here.
So okay.
I'm hoping I'm right,
Same.
but
Yeah. I think we're all kind
I
of...
am
I
very
think we
likely
all
to-
think number 1's locked in as G2, number 2 is very hard to pick.
it would make a lot of sense for it to go G2 for one.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to Group B, where number 1 makes total sense. We have Fun plus Phoenix.
Yeah.
They crushed out this split of
China.
of the LPL in China. They are one of the favorites for the tournament as well. Then we have J Team, the number 1 from the LMS, Pool 2 team, and GAM Esports, used to be called the Gigabyte Marines. We saw them in the past, back when Levi was their superstar jungler, got picked up by 100 Thieves back in the day, and then, now he's back on GAM.
Oh,
Yeah.
welcome back.
Famous for their at Worlds. What?
Blabber.
Blabber,
Number 1.
wow.
Fucking
Santorin,
holy
too?
shit.
Yeah, I was like, I know I wasn't making that up.
That's insane.
Vulcan,
They
wow.
had a couple people. Yeah, Vulcan made top 5. There was a couple other people that did really well.
I mean, so quick thing back. He just showed. He looked it up in the EUS ladder that Blabber had hit number 1 overall. Blabber has been long known to be a complete solo queue monster.
Clever's good.
It's just getting him to work in that team environment the same way, because solo queue jungle is not the same as pro jungle.
I imagine.
But still,
100%.
like, that just tells you the kid has the fucking skills.
I was gonna say that, yeah, if he's doing that well in solo queue, where I would imagine it's harder to excel as a jungle when your team's like, hey, fuck you for not, coming to gank my lane and I got killed. It's your fault, by the way. Like, I got killed.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
I imagine that if he's doing that as the solo queuer, he's a good player.
Alright, so back to Group B, though, and I was mentioning Levi on GAM. Back when we last saw him with Gigabyte Marines, they famously, what was it? 10-minute level 6 Nocturne or something? I don't know.
It was something
I don't know what
ridiculous.
minute it was, but he was 2 levels up on the rest of the board.
Yeah.
He was level 6, everybody else was 4, and all of a sudden you hear darkness. And it's like, wait, what the fuck? That is not the timer for that. And it was insane and so much fun. If you've never watched it, look it up. Just put in Levi Nocturne Worlds, you'll find it. It's amazing. It's so much fun to watch. So anyway, Fun Plus Phoenix, without a doubt, should be first in this group. No questions asked.
Well, I mean, we got to think about the fourth person because it could be Clutch from this.
Oh, there you go. So, the 2 teams that are allowed to get into Group B, right?
Yeah.
If all the top ones make it out, would be Clutch and Dom1 Gaming.
I was going to say that because it's got to be LCK, right? Yeah.
I'm sorry, no, not Clutch.
Yeah, it
so,
could be Clutch.
No. So there's a long, complicated thing. It's only Splice and Dom1 can make it because Clutch has to end up being the one to go in Group C if all the top 3 make it out.
Okay.
So, assuming that, it would be Dom1 or Splice. Technically, Clutch can slot into this group, but only if either Splice or Dom1 doesn't make it.
Okay, gotcha. Well, if it's Clutch, I'm going Clutch second. And Fun Plus Phoenix first, no matter what.
I think whoever if a major region makes it into this, they get second, probably.
I think so. That's what I'm thinking too. Like Fun Plus and then the TBD.
Yeah. Like, it's funny that... And it's going to be really weird because Fun Plus is considered one of the favorites for the whole thing. So they should walk through this group. And the question is, even if they do walk through this group, does that mean they didn't get good enough prep, and will they get slaughtered in the quarterfinals?
I don't know.
If I'm them, I'm a little bothered because I want at least somebody to nudge me. I don't want to, fucking sit on my laurels and do nothing
If
for
Clutch gets into
2
this,
weeks.
I think Clutch would challenge them. Because I think Clutch challenges almost every team they go up against just by the way that they play.
They did challenge
They're
TL.
wonky all
You're right.
BS where they F off a bot lane, they go to the Rift Herald at 10 minutes in, they push for that fight, or they take it for the, objective bonus that you get with the Rift.
I think Dom1 obviously would give a good challenge here.
Yes, yeah. And Splice too.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
When I rank those 3, I go Dom1, Clutch, Splice, personally. So.
Okay.
And I think there's gaps a little bit. Bigger gap between Dom1 and Clutch, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think Funplex is out of this group. If we don't get a major region also in that group, I'm probably going to lean towards GAM.
Okay. That's fair.
Personally.
Do you have dice I could roll?
I mean, somewhere.
Uh...
I mean, you're picking between 2 teams, so you could flip a coin.
Fair enough. I'm going to go with this CTBCJ team because...
What?
J-Team. That's their full name. CBTJ Team or whatever.
Oh, God, okay.
CTBCJ.
Oh, you have them pulled up on that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I just knew them as J-Team.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I don't fucking know these teams.
It's like nobody calls SKT Telecom 1.
Yeah, but if you did, I would at least know what that meant.
T1.
Yeah.
Red.
Yeah.
I've got nothing here.
So you're going J-Team as your number 2?
Sure.
Yeah. So let's go on. Group C is the group of death.
I'm going to go TBD as number 2, regardless of what happens.
There you go. Beer me. And Group C, this is our group of death. We got SKT as the number 1 out of Korea. We got Fnatic as the number 2 out of EU. And we got RNG as the number 2 out of China.
This is a real feels bad man group because that means
really is.
And if all
Clutch
the 3
can go
majors
there.
make it out, Clutch has to go there.
Oh god, sorry.
The reasoning for that, Clutch can't go to D or A.
Well, D, yeah, because they
Right.
got
NA.
Yeah, they can't go to Group D or A, and so if all 3 of the big ones make it out, then you also have a European and a Korean. there's already European and Korean in Group C, which means they have to go there.
Mm-hmm.
So this group very likely will end up being SKT, Fnatic, RNG, and Clutch.
I'm sorry, Clutch. He got out of play-ins.
And Huni said when they got their spot, who would you want to see at Worlds? He said he wanted to face his former teams of Fnatic and SKT.
Yeah. He was on Fnatic?
Yeah.
He was first on Fnatic.
Oh, wow.
Like, his first Worlds appearance was Fnatic. I think he was on SKT before, but didn't go to Worlds on it. Like, he left beforehand.
Yeah.
But yeah, he went to Fnatic, SKT, and now he's made it out on Clutch.
Yeah, but then he also has Royal Never Give Up as well to face, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
How is Uzi playing this year? Is he...
Uzi's good.
Okay. I know he got his sweet Nike deal.
Oh, yeah. So, the big talk of Group C, not, aside from these being three of the most popular teams, like, had TSM made it instead of Clutch... The talk was, if TSM made it instead of Clutch, and then TSM made it out, you would have the largest fan base from every major region in that group, because it would be SKT, Fnatic, RNG, and TSM, which would be absurd.
Maybe they fixed it to see if they could push ratings as high as they've ever been.
Yeah, right? So, anyway, though, the other talk of this group, obviously, aside from them all being giant fan bases, and all three of those teams being top, 6 favorites to win it all, maybe 7, they're in that range, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, the bot lanes. You have Uzi from RNG, fucking legendary. Reckless, fucking legendary on Fnatic. Oh, and Teddy on SKT, who we haven't really seen, but he's fucking... Well, right, but I mean, internationally.
Yeah, okay, fair.
But he is also fucking insane.
Yeah, he's good. I like watching him.
Bang didn't leave SKT just because he felt like it. It's because Teddy was replacing him, regardless of whether or not he wanted to stay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, Teddy was up and coming.
I was like, Teddy was real.
Yeah,
they
were
seen
gonna...
a couple matches with him, and he's
They had traded on and off when he was still last there.
Gotcha, okay. I honestly, I don't even, you're going to make
So, and then if Clutch makes it in, you're Eddie and Cody's son, who's been vastly underrated in NA for a while.
Fun. That's going to be the funnest group to watch, in my opinion. I love TL, and I'm going to enjoy watching it, but this is probably the group that's going to have the most challenging
Just turn off
teams.
half the fucking map. Just watch bot lane. Fun.
Might need pro view for this.
I know, yeah.
Only if, both sets of teams were playing at the same time, so you could have 4 screens of bot lane going on.
That would be awesome. So that would be so hard to watch, but it would be pretty cool.
You know what? No, you go one screen of the main thing, and then 4 screen. It's bottom support. There you go. We're set.
Except for SKT, you have to watch Faker on one of those
Yeah,
screens.
you do.
Okay, well Faker's the main screen. He's the main screen for the SKT games.
That's what they're going to be holding on to for the rest of the game, anyways.
Yeah.
So.
And when if Clutch is playing, then Chase would just put one on Huni.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So what do you guys think of this group? Other than holy shit, group of death, we've never seen group of death before.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is rough. I feel bad because all of these teams should make it out of a group, and they can't.
They can't. That's the...
Two
of them can't.
I don't even know who TBD is, and they probably deserve to get out of the group.
Yes.
It's probably Clutch.
Yeah.
And...
Well, okay, so if I'm honest with myself, if Clutch gets into that group, I don't think that they'll make it out, or that they may deserve to make it out. Because these teams, SKT Fnatic, at least, right there.
So here's a thing that generally comes up every group of death, or at least some group every year. And I think it's absolutely true for this, especially if Clutch gets in. Clutch will not make it out of this group, but Clutch will decide who does.
Ooh, good point.
Because
I like that.
the 2 teams who make it out, one's going to make it out because they crush everyone. And then the other 2 teams in the middle are going to fight, and it's going to be a matter of who can't take down Clutch both games. Because they'll split, and one of them will split with Clutch, and that's going to be the difference.
It's going to be a good group. It's going to be fun.
I mean, or Clutch could go 0 for life, and they have to have tiebreakers.
Right, that's possible too. But I think it's more likely Clutch pulls 2 games, even if Clutch ends up in this group.
They're all best of 5, so
Are they? When
No.
we get to groups?
No, group stage,
it's round
double
robin.
round robin.
Sorry,
Okay.
So if Clutch gets in this group, they pull 1, maybe 2 games, I feel like. Unless there's the legitimate play-in buff where you come through the play-ins and you get rolling and it helps.
Mm-hmm. And Clutch has a good roll right now. Even it's been 3 weeks. They rolled 18 games after the split.
Yeah, they played over the split at the end of the split
games.
or some shit or something or 16 I think after the split.
No,
maybe?
You said it was 18. I remember.
It was 18 during the split.
I thought it was
because it's 9 weeks. They might have done the split again, but yeah, they played a shitload of games. But yeah, when it comes down to because they ended up with like 27 so it wasn't like another 18. Fuck, it was crazy. But yeah, like I think that they win a couple here. Yeah. I don't think they get out. My money is on SKT and Fnatic.
Yeah, same.
Because Fnatic, while they haven't been able to surpass G2, have been right on their heels all this split. And what better sparring partner can you fucking ask for than G2 right now?
Yeah.
G2's fantastic. They're fast. Fnatic is stacked as shit. Like, the one place you felt like they were weak was mid lane with Nemesis because they had lost Caps. But he's really stepped the fuck up. He is not as high of highs as Caps, but he's definitely not as variable as Caps either. You don't have the Caps and Craps. The Claps and Craps situation. I think SKT will take it because I think Faker's back with vengeance right now.
Yes, he's
but
a madman.
I think Fnatic's going to really stomp around a bit too. I think that they will stumble against SKT, which is what's going to give SKT the
Why do you have
group.
SKT right under them, may I ask?
So, I put that there as a reminder. The very first game of group stage, period, is SKT versus Fnatic.
Oh, really?
So when group stage kicks off, the very first game we get is SKT versus Fnatic, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah, that is cool. Thank you.
Like, that's a hell of a game to kick off on and be like, oh, and we have 2 tournament favorites, teams that have been here since season 2 and 3 respectively. Like, shit. Okay, let's go.
What's your predictions for that group?
I'm kind of curious as to why you're writing off Uzi. Like, I mean...
So,
he's only
I feel like, the reason
I mean, like, RNG in general, but, like, Uzi, like, being, like, the focal point of...
I think RNG in general, and I'm not, like, wholesale writing them off. I just went ahead right to my prediction.
Okay.
I think they could absolutely take 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 out of this group. They've been the most mercurial team out of this group. Okay. Because SKT's been very good all year, went to MSI. Fnac's been very good all year, just barely missed MSI and stuff. And RNG, while they have been good all year, have not been quite on the tier as those two teams. And I'm giving respect to the fact that those teams have been at the top, the same way I would give TL respect over Cloud9. Because while Cloud9's been nipping at TL's heels, they've also been a little up and down in the middle sometimes too. Sure. And so I don't give them that same stature.
Alright, that being said, I was going to have SKT and RNG get out. And I hope I'm wrong because I would like to see Fnatic make it out. But realistically, I think that that's probably a no-go.
Yeah.
And nothing against Fnatic.
No.
Yeah,
they're 3 insanely good teams. Nothing against anyone in this group.
Any of you guys and any of your teams.
Even Clutch, if you land in this group,
yeah,
we feel bad for you. And if you win games, fucking big ups.
Yeah. I feel like they should make it so certain teams can't see each other until X amount, until how many games are left. Group B, what the fuck is that bullshit?
So,
that's the most bullshit group I've ever seen. It's okay.
Is the weakest group I think we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Go ahead, give us your pick, and then I'm going to address that a little bit.
Okay.
So your group
C.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm going to say SKT and Fnatic as well. I'm really hoping that Clutch actually goes to Group B, but that depends on basically what Splice and Damwon not getting through.
One of the two would have to not make it, correct?
I'm hoping Clutch gets into Group B and takes number 1 or 2, and then we just have Group C TBD, and then it's SKT and Fnatic, and we don't really have to care so much about that 4th person or that 4th team.
Yeah.
Because if it's Clutch, I can't say that they're gonna take 1 or 2 at all. But I wish. It's just really wonky how these groups are set up. Is this how they do it every year?
So
they draw.
Okay, yeah. So you have. I've got it charted out here. You have There's 4 regions. It's based off of how well you've done over the past 2 years.
Okay.
So 4 regions get a top seed, and then and there's 5 regions that get a total of 3 total seeds. And so if you were the best region, which now it's China, it has been Korea for the past 2 years where they've drawn this way. You get all 3 of your teams right away in.
Okay.
And then the other teams get the 1 top seed and 1 middle seed, and then the last of those 5 gets 2 middle seeds. Yeah. And then you have play and stuff. And so last year Vietnam was got their own middle seed because they had split off, and it shifts a little bit every year. But the one rule is always in the groups, you cannot be drawn into a group with your own region.
Okay.
That's the one consistent thing, and
That I
the
knew.
pool method
Yeah.
is the same. It's just
it's
shifts
basically
who
like-
has what pools.
What is it called? Bingo, where you pull the things and they just B14 goes into
Yeah.
this. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's very much modern.
Which is how
model
that
after
Group
Worlds.
B happens.
So
basically.
here's one thing that will be changing next year, though.
Mm-hmm.
So Southeast Asia, which has Mega, they are recombining with the LMS next year.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Previously, the LMS included Southeast Asia and Vietnam.
But that's too many. You gotta have
are they going
some
to be
kind of a split
culling the
there.
teams a little bit, or
Well, so I don't know how they're going about that. I think it was SEA was combined. Let me pull it up. I made a note of it so I could discuss this. Because
We still have one more group to talk about.
yeah, I could be
The
messing
best
up.
one.
right? Well,
Yeah.
while you're looking that up,
Yeah.
I just want to make one
Yeah,
quick
go
point.
ahead.
I think that if you've made quarters in the last 2 years, you shouldn't have to have more than 2 teams that have made quarters in the past 2 years in the same group, unless somehow mathematically that's just not possible. Like,
I get where you're coming from.
I'm totally cool with SKT and Fnatic being in the same group, or Fnatic RNG
Right.
being in the same group, or RNG SKT being in the same group. But all
Having
three of
all
them,
three.
that
It's
sucks.
So you say in the quarters over the last 2 years.
Yes.
So quarters just means you make it out of groups. Yes.
Maybe semis, rather.
Okay, semis. Semis would be 4 teams from each year.
Yeah, sorry.
So-
Semis is what I meant.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and just look at that from the last 2 years then. So last year it would have been IG, G2, Fnatic, Cloud9. The year before that, it
And
would
there's
have
going
been...
to be overlap.
I know, no, but I'm just saying just this year with the last 2. Let's
Oh.
just look at that because that's a good sample size, right?
Sure.
So SKT,
Samsung.
RNG, Samsung, who's not here,
Who's
but
not
that
here.
counts the same, and shit, what was the
I
other
don't know
team?
the other one. After that.
I think it was the Dragon team that's not here either. Okay, so out of 8, 1, 2,
They're all
5,
in
6,
there.
7, 8. Wait, no, I said out of 8.
Yeah, 8. That's so you have 6 here, and then the 2 that we Genji now.
Oh, because it was 4 each. That's not. Yes, out of 8. How did there should be 8? No, there's 6. 6 out of 8. There we go.
Because 2 didn't make
Yeah,
it.
2. I was like, out of 8, not 8. So yeah, 6. So literally, you have 2 groups that have 2 of them, guaranteed.
And that's fair. I
Right,
think
this
that's...
is-
So what I'm saying,
Three and one.
because you're saying, well, unless it's mathematically impossible. Well, most of the time it's going to be mathematically impossible. The one outlier is we have a group with 3 of them.
Yeah,
And I'll give you
they,
that.
They should have put like Fun Plus Phoenix over here instead of freaking.
Yeah.
It would have had to be instead of RNG, because
And-
otherwise you have 2 from the same region.
Yes, but
But
and that's still
Fun
hard,
Plus
'cause, like,
Phoenix
they took
earned a number 1
They
seed.
did. They really did. That's real hard.
Yeah,
but it's real. It's mostly because
I'm
most
not.
of
I'm
us
not
know
saying
more
that
than
it's
Yeah.
gonna happen, or it's even like realistic that it happens. It just feels bad when something like
it
this
does.
happens.
It really does.
Like, because these 3 teams, they all fought their asses to get here.
Yeah.
And one of them is getting punished because of
Okay,
RNG.
which team in
Not
all-
that RNG. RNG in general.
right, but which team out of the 12 we have in the groups right now didn't fight their ass off to be here?
Yeah, but they've done it multiple years in a row. Like, SKT's been here and made it to, like, top
Right.
semis, like,
So
almost
do
every year.
you give
It-
less advantage to a team like Griffin, who's fought their ass off all of last year and failed to make it, but finally got there this time?
I don't know.
I
I'm
know
not
where
saying
you're
your
coming
idea's
from.
better or worse. I'm giving the counterpoint.
I know, I hear you. Like, I know you're right, because it does feel bad if you get into that group too. But, this just sucks.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Oh, and there's
Yes.
always a group of death. This is the worst group of death, and we also have the most fucking cupcake group we've ever seen too. But that's also before like we get the addition in there.
Can this be our powder puff group? Boom.
Cupcake, powder proof, or powder puff. What was it? What is the other term they always use in college football?
Thought it was
Or
powder
is
puff.
it college basketball? There's a fake school name. Oh, is it
Oh.
Our Lady of something or
Something
whatever?
peace or something?
Yeah, it's Our Lady of Peace or our Sisters of the Eternal Cross or something. Like they always like make up this fake college name. I can't think of what it is. Damn it.
That's hard. That one's a fun group. It'll be fun to watch. It'll just suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. it just does feel bad.
So I did double check though. It is LMS and LST, Southeast Asia, and LMS that are recombining. So they used to be with Vietnam, and they were the GPL back then.
Mm-hmm.
That's back when Season 2 World Champions were Type A Assassins.
Wow.
That's how long ago GPL was. I think they were around for another season after that. But yeah, so like Mega would be combating with Hong Kong Attitude, HQ, J-Team, etc. to like even get a spot.
Yeah.
So one thing that I think that will possibly clear up is we may very well see the LMS get like their two Pool 2 teams still, or like one Pool 2, one Pool 3, or play in Pool 1 and one play in Pool 2 or something. Like they may if J-Team, HQ, Hong Kong Attitude, if none of them do well this split or this Worlds, they're continuing to bring that region down. Vietnam's moving up. Maybe, if one of the other regions like Turkey does well, maybe they come up. Like, I think that'll help break it up a bit. We need regions who are actually challenging the other four.
I agree.
Like, and NA is kind of tenuous as a 4 even. Like, they're the 4, but what's the gap between 3 and 4 right now? That's the thing there. So it's like, okay, you've got 3 and 1, and then you've got LMS who's the and 1, and then you've got these other regions.
It's
like,
just
it just
hard
needs to get broken
for like
up.
those smaller regions to do well when you've got like places like NA where they've got such a big pool of people to pull from. They've got a lot of money behind them as well.
Second one correct, first one no. NA has like the smallest population of like 5
and then
regions.
I was going to also bring in like NA,
6 regions actually.
China,
No.
Korea, like
No, when you're talking server population, Vietnam has double what NA has.
That's what I'm saying, because more people in the
Yeah,
regions
well,
play.
sorry, I was going to include them in. Like I was
Okay.
going down the line. Like you've got like you've got all the people like okay. Apparently NA doesn't have as much as I thought. I said apparently
We don't play it the same.
times.
That's the thing.
But like places like China, EU, Vietnam, Korea, yeah. Like they've got like huge populations of people, so it's very easy for them to like, oh, we have a really good set
like
of people
solo
on
queue
the
ladder and shit. Yeah, it's competitive as fuck.
Whereas like here, like if you
We have money.
exactly. I don't know
All
where I was
right,
going
we
with
got
that.
one more group to talk about.
It'll
Sorry.
help with competitive.
There's not much more we
derailed
can
before
say.
we even finished Group D.
It's alright. So
Because-
Group D, Team Liquid,
Team
number 1 from NA.
Liquid!
HQ, number 2 from the LMS. And IG, the number 3 from China.
Who we've already beat.
China being
Just saying.
the best team over the course of the past 2 years. They get all 3 in. IG also defending world champions.
But we've already beat them, so it doesn't matter.
TL, and that's the fun part in this group, TL did beat them at MSI in a best of 5. But this ain't best of 5. This is double round robin.
Yeah.
This group also is the other group that, if all the majors make it out, they either get Dom1 Gaming or Splice.
Yeah.
I think if it gets Splice, I just say IGTL make it out. If they get Dom1, we get spicy up in here. I say HQ's dead in the water either way. That's my personal opinion.
I'm going to say that AHQ fourth. TL first, because I'm real hoping for him. And then, I mean, Invictus is a good team. TL beat them in a best of 5. TL's known for their best of 5s. It could go either way in these, one-offs? Is 2?
Yeah, double round robin.
Double round robin, yeah. So it really depends on whether or not we get Dam1 or Splice.
All right, so if it is Splice, who does everybody have out?
I'm still taking TL and IG. Like
In that order?
No. I think IG then TL.
IGTL.
I'll
If it's
say
Splice.
TLIG.
If it's Splice, I go TLIG. If it's Dom1, I'm going Dom1 TL.
Interesting.
I'm still saying TLIG.
As am I.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like not to say anything bad about Dom1, but
I just don't know him that well, to be honest. I'm not making it a
No,
informed
absolutely. They are a very good Korean team that's playing really hot. They are, I wouldn't say they're the clutch of Korea because it's not like they were playing bad all season. Actually, here's a footnote that may help you a little bit. You may remember from last World's Chase, teams as they made into the knockout stage, they were scrimming with incoming. They're playing with LCK teams that weren't at Worlds, so like Griffin and a couple of the incoming teams, which was they became Damwon, and like what Funbox or some, I don't remember, some weird one, I don't remember.
Sounds like a made-up team.
Comic Zone, I don't know.
Comic Stands.
Yeah. Comic Stands is a team.
So anyway, people were commenting at that time that Damwon was shitting on teams.
Yeah.
Teams that were in playoff, the top 16 or top 8 teams at Worlds. Some of them were getting just straight up pooped on by Damwon. Yeah, in Grand Scrims are a whole nother beast. But yeah, Damwon is not a team to be like fucking forgotten.
I know.
I'm just letting you guys know that because I
thanks.
remember that lore.
That way, and like, when we get there, he can come back and say, what did I fucking tell you?
No, because we will be making picks again and you'll have already seen them play in the play-ins.
Yeah.
Like, if they fucking 32-2 some team
Then
and
we
win in
can
25
revise
minutes,
our-
yeah, you'll know.
Good. I'm glad we get that option because right now I don't know much about them, but I will because I plan to watch.
So
a
I
good
think it's
amount
going to
of
be
these matches.
interesting.
Yeah. As much as I can.
Any last thoughts on Worlds before we do a little bit of quick news from international and local?
Release the freaking song.
That's
That's all I want.
I don't have anything else to say about Worlds. I'm excited to get into the matches. There's going to be so many matches to watch.
Yep, all the matches. So quick news, we did see that, was it IG and RNG both dropped a coach? Or was it IG and SKT? Who was
No,
it?
it's IG.
It's like 7
RNG,
teams fired their head
and-
coaches. Boom.
I thought it was just
And
2.
another one. No, it was a third one too.
Oh, just...
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
it was a third
Well, there was just the official thing. So anyway, with one of those teams, IG, basically he hadn't been coaching for a while. It was just the final official word coming down.
Gotcha.
The RNG one was surprising, though, if I
Yeah.
remember right. And in more important to us here at League of Loggers news, we finally know who our 10th team in the LCS is going to be last split. We already knew that Clutch is becoming Dignitas. Optic was bought out by Immortals, and Echo Fox was leaving. Like, just straight up leaving, they're done. The team that will be coming into that slot, so it doesn't mean they're, like, acquiring the roster the same way Optic and, Optic into Immortals and...
But I wouldn't be
whatever it
surprised
is.
if some of the roster
The-
or all
I'm
of
sure
it
they'll buy
was
one or-
picked up.
They'll buy, I think, 2 of those players.
Okay.
But it will be Evil Geniuses, which nobody aside from me here on the table remembers. Evil Geniuses
I'm
played
aware
way
of
back
them
in like
from,
season...
like,
of
other
their-
sports.
yeah.
Right, they're in
I've
other
heard of
esports.
the
They
teams.
played in NA back in like season 3.
Yeah.
And they were
Okay.
sporting some CLG EU stalwarts, including Crepo, Snoope, and Froggen.
Oh, I know those names.
Yeah, you fucking do.
I know
You-
Froggen.
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
Froggen.
Froggen's still around. Crepo was a caster in EU for a
I know
while.
Peppo, I know
And Snoope was their top laner, so they all played on EG, and before that they were CLG EU or CLG Black, and yeah, so EG been gone for a while, they're coming back, so between Dignitas, Immortals, and EG, it's like 3 ranks of oldness of team names coming back to NA. Like at this point, if you booted like FlyQuest and brought back Curse or some shit, you'd be like, okay, too much. But yeah, that's where we're headed. We got EG coming in next season. I'm ready for that. And EG apparently had like just recently, in the past like couple weeks, bought a Counter-Strike Go team. Yeah, they bought a CS:GO team, and they straight up just like won the tournament this past weekend. Like,
Nice.
I don't remember if it was a major or not, but they won a big tournament. And it's like, oh, welcome back to esports, EG. What the fuck just happened?
They play a lot of Rocket League, so...
Rocket League, StarCraft. They're very deep into StarCraft, always have been. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. So, I think that'll do it for us, though. Episode 31. We will see you again next Monday, following all of the of the play-in stage.
All of it?
So
Yeah.
many matches.
Yeah, the play-in
So many
stage
matches.
will be
That's Sunday,
completely
okay.
finished.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
they go Wednesday, Thursday. It's 2 groups each day do a round robin. Friday, Saturday, 2 groups do round robin. Sunday, they I guess is it Sunday?
Wednesday,
Monday?
Thursday,
Or do they
Friday,
do
Saturday,
Sunday,
Sunday.
Monday? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
It might be Monday.
I'm pretty sure they're all fucking done though before we come again on
Yeah.
Monday, because it would be Monday
They
morning.
start at like 3
maybe.
a.m.
I don't know.
Maybe 4 a.m.
I'll look at it, but I'm pretty sure we're
Alright,
coming back on Monday
schedule
with everything done. There you go.
Yeah, 5 a.m. Something like that.
Wednesday,
2
October
groups.
2nd.
Yep. Thursday, 2 groups.
October 3rd.
Friday, back
October
half.
4th,
Saturday, back half.
Saturday, and then Monday.
Oh, okay. So Monday, Tuesday.
But all
Okay, so I put that on the
Those are
wrong
best of
date
fives, I
then.
think.
Yeah, so this will
Yeah.
be
Right, those are best of 5. So I put it
Best
on
of
the wrong
play-in
day
knockout?
then. Yeah, Monday and Tuesday. So go
Well,
ahead and scroll down. I don't need to see that shit. Monday, Tuesday, Sunday.
Saturday.
Oh, yeah, okay, Saturday. Keep going. Keep going. When's the next gap? Okay, they're Monday, Tuesday. Right?
It was Monday, Tuesday still.
What day?
Thursday.
17th.
So Wednesday the 16th.
Okay, I
possibly?
think I got these. Yeah, I put my gap there on. I think we should be on that Wednesday then.
Mm.
So next Wednesday possibly.
Might
We'll
have
figure it out.
that
We'll see what we can do.
conflict.
We'll be posting shit as we normally do. Let
Yes.
everybody know. But in the meantime, enjoy matches. They start Wednesday. Have fun. Cheers.
Cheers.